Okay, I have one more thought that occurred to me. I was rewatching a great movie the other day, and I thought to myself, I think this is probably the best movie of the millennium. And then I put another one on there, like a movie in terms of not my favorite, maybe not even the greatest. I'm talking about in terms of a summing up, social significance, that whole shebang. I was thinking, in those respects, maybe the two greatest movies of the millennium are O.J. Made in America and United 93.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a case to be made for both of them. OJ, becomes a little problematic in the sense that it's got its hands in the television world just as much as as the movie world, probably more so, to tell you the truth. But yeah, United 93 is a great choice because that is a dramatization of the event that changed the world, and we definitely would not have the world that we have right this very second were it not for this particular instance. And it feels like United 93 is just it's kind of like it feels like a groundbreaking movie. It just does. Just the way that it tries to capture an unimaginable reality with such a strong finger on reality itself that it's unimaginable how he was able to do that movie with all the with so many original people who non-actors. Doing most of the roles on the ground, and the real people who were involved in the real event.
Right.
And then recreating what's happening in the plane. So realistically, all of that blending together is just mind-bending.
It's Paul Greengrass at his best. It's really taking all the stuff from Bloody Sunday and everything, and it's what he does best. And it's a very underrated. I think it's a very underrated movie. Not enough people talk about it today. It's a very well done movie on a lot of different levels. It
could have been a great shame. Because the stakes were really high with that movie, and a lot of people thought it was distasteful, and I'm sure a lot of people that were prone to think it was distasteful still think it was. They just don't want to see it on screen. But the movie is deeply emotional and cathartic in a way, solemn, and he does it just right. I mean, there's a level of kind of documentary style stuff going on there that he tries with other movies to lesser effect. He just skirts the line of too much shaky cam, which is like a common complaint about him, but he doesn't cross over. I mean, it's used well. Yeah. And he shot and he shot in, because a lot of times when you have plane sets, it's kind of they can be cut in half, so you have extra room for the crew and everything. This wasn't. I mean, this stayed enclosed, so you feel like you're on a plane. The cameras are right there in people's faces. You feel it. It's an amazing movie.
Yeah, I mean, you think of the mastery that was needed in terms of lighting, and because the lighting has to be constantly changing in terms of what's coming through the windows, but also the special effects that were used in the film. I mean, the film is filled with special effects, but it's ridiculously invisible effects, to the point where it just doesn't even occur to you that there are effects in this particular shot. But it's extraordinary, and it's extraordinary all right down the line. Like you know, the writing, the casting, the camera work, the effects, the sound. Everything is absolutely perfect in it. And yeah, I totally understand people. It's a tough movie to watch. It's not fun, and it's ridiculously tragic. But that doesn't, that should not be yeah.
It feels like a sacred movie.
Yeah.
In a way. I'm sorry, I swallowed something wrong. So
I can tell.
Yeah, I mean, I was wondering what that was. I mean,
I should say it was a drink. It's a sacred movie. I mean, if you see that behind the scenes on the DVD or Blu-ray, I mean, those actors that played the real life people, and they sat down with the families of these people, and it was a really kind of solemn duty that they felt to pay honor to these ordinary heroes, And people that complain, well, they don't know exactly what they talked about on the plane, but you can imagine. I mean, there are moments
yeah, that's
where
imagination comes in.
Yeah, I mean,
the co-pilot has a new baby, so maybe he started the morning telling the other pilot, about his new baby and not getting any sleep, or that kind of license is understandable. And there's a record of what they're talking about on the plane at a certain time because of the phone calls they made.
Right.
No, I mean, even on that level of trying to recreate the things that we don't have records of, it's absolutely unassailable. There's nothing that's out that feels unreal in all of that dialogue. So I mean, it's absolutely. I agree with you that it probably deserves to be at least in the top 5 of the movies of since 2000.
Yeah.
So and really of all time, to tell you the truth.